It didn't take me much to pop off.
Jonathan Majors has been in the headlines for a lot of reasons this year, and most of them have been bad. Despite that, he was still somehow able to start a relationship with Meagan Good. But is this relationship even real, or is it all just a publicity stunt? What's actually going on with this couple? In May 2023, rumors started spreading around that Jonathan was going out with Meagan, and then it was confirmed when pictures of Jonathan and Meagan on a movie date started circulating. Soon, more pictures of Jonathan and Meagan rallying together and holding hands started making waves on the internet. But as soon as it was confirmed that they were seeing each other, a lot of people thought that something about it just wasn't right. And if we are being honest, they had a good reason. Because just weeks before everyone found out that Jonathan and Meagan were an item, Jonathan was hit with a DV charge. And it came out from none other than Jonathan's ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabbery. According to her, Jonathan had put his hands on her while they were in a cab in New York. Immediately after Jonathan was charged, his defense attorney came out to say that he was innocent of the charges. But as you would expect, that did next to nothing for Jonathan's public image, which was in ruins. Before this, everyone thought that Jonathan was a kind person. It seemed hard to imagine that he would ever lay his hands on a woman, especially when you heard him talk about how much he respected women. But obviously, people were wrong about him. And after Grace spoke out about him, many started saying that the Jonathan we all knew and loved was a fake and just an act for the cameras. People came out to say that after working with him, they realized that Jonathan was actually harmful and manipulative, both professionally and in his personal life. So this was why everyone was so shocked to see Meagan with him, especially in the middle of the DV allegation. Honestly, it just looked a lot like a PR stunt. Obviously, when the reports of the DV case against Jonathan came to light, it looked like he barely had any support. So when he stepped out with Meagan, it seemed like Jonathan was trying to get the support of the women in the Black community. Now, according to sources close to Jonathan, apparently he and Meagan had been friends for a little bit up until the case was filed against him. But when news of his arrest came around, Meagan stuck by Jonathan and believed that he was innocent. So after that, it looked like their friendship became something more, and then they started dating. You would think that they would keep it under wraps considering the situation Jonathan was in, but instead they decided to be open with it. And that decision came with a lot of backlash because it looked like Jonathan was just trying to play the angle of being a good partner, but nobody was buying that. There was also the fact that Jonathan had a streak of dating only white women, but then all of a sudden, when he was in serious trouble, he decided to date a Black woman. It just seemed a little too convenient. I mean, it definitely seems he has a type, so why change now? Instead of it looking like Jonathan was a good partner and found love again, it just looked desperate. Not only that, but it also made it seem like Black women were only good enough for Jonathan once his career started looking bleak. So people really felt like Jonathan's PR team was probably going for a rebranding, and they decided that dating a Black woman would be good for his image. And they obviously picked Meagan, who in her own right is a very well-respected Black actress. People theorized that once Jonathan was out of this whole case, he would dump her, and he would just give some excuse for why they broke up, which would have been a good PR move if it wasn't so obvious. While Jonathan was dealing with his case, Meagan was there with him every step of the way. Then things took a really shocking turn because out of nowhere, it looked like Jonathan and Meagan had gotten married. The speculation started when Meagan was co-hosting the Congressional Black Caucus's 8th annual Black and White Gala. While Meagan was giving a short speech, Jonathan was off to her side, and when she was done, she passed the mic to him to address the gala. Jonathan didn't have much to say, but he referred to Meagan as the Mrs. This made everyone think that maybe Jonathan and Meagan had eloped and had a secret wedding, and this obviously caused a lot of mixed reactions, which makes sense. I mean, they had just started dating sometime in May, and by September they were already married? It didn't make sense. Then there was also the fact that Meagan had just recently finished up the divorce proceedings with her ex-husband. This only happened a year earlier in 2022, so seeing her rush into another marriage was kind of crazy. Although we still don't know if they are actually married or not, they might just be dating. But either way, many people have been really curious about their relationship. They mainly wanted to know if Meagan is okay and fully consenting to everything that's been going on. But it turns out that there might be a crazy twist to this story because it looks like Jonathan is not the only one who has something to gain from this relationship. While it looked like he was trying to restore his image, Meagan, on the other hand, had been trying to restart her. Since her divorce, things have been a little slow for Meagan, and it kind of looks like she has been trying to create some buzz for herself with her dating life. First, there was the time when news got out that Meagan was dating the battle rapper Disaster. Meagan and Disaster started as gym buddies, but then all of a sudden they were dating. dating. However, not too long after that, their relationship came to an end, and no one ever really noticed. Sometime later, news got out that Meagan was with Jonathan while he was in the middle of this huge controversy. I guess there's no such thing as bad publicity. I mean, it is possible that their relationship is real, but I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But what do you guys think? Are Meagan and Jonathan actually in love and dating for the right reasons, or is it just all an act? Let me know in the comments below.